What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ask Sir Love. It's your boy Sir Love. I got another dope question, and I gotta give a shout out to Got Tech. As I'm going back through my old content a year ago, I didn't know you've been rocking with me this long, bro. I appreciate you, for rocking and asking questions this long. Accurate Speaks, you've been around for a minute too, and as I'm going back through all the old comments, I'm really seeing who's really been rocking, man. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are liking the new content that I'm doing, a new format, and a new style. Obviously, you've been around since there were other styles. So, as we keep going, let me answer this question because I thought this was a dope question when I saw it. How do you buy music outright? What steps to make to acquire publishing from other people? And it's a great question and a relevant question because often when you're trying to get deals done, you don't have time to deal with people, right? Because people are difficult, especially when people don't know the business, right? There's a lot of fear that has been injected into the music business that leads to a lot of individuals clenching everything so tightly that they're messing up the deal for everyone involved. So instead, what do? You want to buy them outright. So what do? You put them in an agreement which forces them to give up the masters, the publishing, and of course you can let them keep their writer share. If they keep their writer share, it doesn't stop you from doing anything, right? They can still get paid from ASCAP or BMI, but they can't stop you from making moves with the record, right? It can't stop you from doing a publishing deal. They can't stop you from releasing the content on whatever platform is down the third. Buying people out is always about power. It's not really about taking something from somebody. It's about having the authority to make decisions on behalf of the record. If you don't have ownership all the way around the record, then you find yourself negotiating and going back and forth with other people that have ownership in order to make decisions about the record. And if this record is critical to your career or your client's career or a deal that you're trying to do, that could be very annoying, especially if they're not playing at the same caliber you're playing at. So, how do you buy the music outright? You're going to put them in an agreement. In short, it'll be a form of work for hire in which you're going to give them a fee. And you're going to, in that agreement, acquire the masters. You're going to acquire the publishing, and it's going to be clearly defined in the agreement that you're giving up this to me in exchange for X amount of money. And at the end of that, you will own the rights to the record, right? And if you are doing this, because I see the video says reasons to start a music publishing company. If you're doing it purely from a publishing perspective, you honestly don't have to, as I'm reading through this, making sure I'm speaking to the question, you really don't have to buy out the record. If you're doing it from a publishing perspective, you can just sign a deal with the person saying that, hey, in exchange for X amount of dollars, I'm going to own the publishing on everything you do for the next X amount of years, the next X amount of songs, the next X amount of whatever. You've seen people switch to years instead of songs because previously, before the independent market, the labels kind of control what came out. So a publisher can kind of bet on the music that was actually going to enter the market. Now you see a lot of deals where they're doing it based off of years because, as an artist, you could do a 10-song deal and say, I'm going to do 10 songs in a day, drop it on YouTube. Nothing happens with the music. You just stole money from the publishing company and got away scot-free, right? So the publishing companies are doing multi-year deals nowadays. That's not really new, but that you're going to see that more frequent than the record-based deals, right? They're gonna own the publishing for X amount of time. Anything you do in that time period, they own, and they may have a requirement, or if you're doing the deal with someone, you may have a requirement on how many records they must produce in that time frame in order to finish the deal. So it could be a 10-year or X amount of songs type of deal, right? With a minimum of X amount of songs. So that type of stuff would be in the language. From a publishing perspective, you're just saying, hey, I want to own publishing on everything you do because I want to turn around and shop the records to commercials and TV shows and movies, and I want to eat off of all the publishing that comes from your sales and this, that, and the third, and that's what you would do with a publishing deal, right? So you don't necessarily have to buy out the whole record, the masters and everything. You just buy out the publishing or a percentage. You can say, I want 50% of everything in exchange for X amount of dollars. The reason artists do this, for those that are watching that are artists and saying, this is stupid, why would an artist ever do this? Is because artists want either the check up front. That's normally the driving reason, right? I don't have X amount of dollars right now. I need an advance, right? I want to go ahead and make a play. It's just like a house, right? You can say, why would you ever sell your house? Because the reason I bought the house is because the house was an investment. I bought the house for $50,000. The house has now appreciated to $150,000. I want to sell the house, make $100,000 profit, and I just flipped the house and I made money. Publishing is an asset in the same way. Hey, I made the record went out there, I made $50,000 off the record, I made $50,000 off the record. The record kept growing. I made 100. In time, the record will make me $150,000, right? So I can go to a publishing company and say, hey, how about you guys give me $150,000 right now? Publishing companies say, yeah, I give you $150,000 for long-term ownership. You cash out $150,000 right now. You flipped your asset, plus you made 50 already, so you netted 200,000 off the record. The publishing company is going to keep the record for the next in perpetuity, right? And over the next X amount of years, maybe they make 350, maybe they make 400, maybe they make $1 million off the record, but they're making that over the course of a long period of time. You got your cash up front right now. You can take it and use that to make more records that make more cash, or invest in other products, invest in stocks, invest in, whatever else that you want to invest in. This is the reason why a lot of artists do this. So it's not necessarily stupid. It's about flips, right? Jay-Z just sold a large percentage of Tidal. He flipped that and will take that money and invest it in this, and then flip that. And it's all flips. It's all strategic strategy that artists are implementing. Now, some artists give things away out of just ignorance, not reading contracts, things of that nature. But from a strategy perspective, A, you give it away for the advance. B, you give it away because the record doesn't have much value, right? The record's just sitting on your hard drive. It's not making any money. Why not do a deal with the publisher for which you can make some money off the record that was making $0 and had no potential to make any money at all? You knew you wasn't going to do anything with it. Whether you're a producer that just started or you're a producer that's been in the game for years and years and years, all of you have beats that will never, ever see the light of day. Sometimes people will do deals where they give these types of tracks or these types of beats or songs or whatever out to publishing companies and give away a large bit of ownership in exchange for some type of residual money on the back end. And you see this with the sync deals and sync videos that I've been doing in the past, and what I was doing with the large sync company that I was working with to help produce value for movies and television. So I hope that gives a lot of clarity. I answered the question and I gave you some clarity. Hopefully that was helpful. Got Tech, again, thank you for rocking with me. If any one of you guys are watching this right now, send me your question. I'll answer the question if it's dope. If not, I'll just reply. If it's a simple answer, I'll just reply and tell you the answer. And if it's a more complex answer, I'll do a video like this and let you guys know what's going on. All right? Like, subscribe, follow. The more you like, the more other people find out about me. You got some wisdom out of this. Help other people get some wisdom too. I'm Sir Love. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little bit about a lot. Giving it everything that I got every time I turn this camera on. Thank you guys very much. Like the video. I'm out.